Hey fashion lovers, welcome back to my channel, and today it is this trending Bubu. Alright, I'll be cutting in this video. The Bubu house fringes, at the length. It has been trending. Total Nigeria women sells it, all over Instagram. You see this particular Bubu and it is so beautiful. So in this particular video, we will be cutting it and equally sewing it in this video. If you have not subscribed, do subscribe, guys. If you have any question, do drop it on the comment section. You have any style you want me to make for you, let me know. Now this is the fabric I will be working with, and this is the fringes. Okay, this is how it comes. Okay, I just picked about 12 pieces of it to use. Looking at the one on the video, it is scanty, it is not full, so 12 is okay. And this is the fabric. It has pattern, so we have to consider the pattern, and this is my measurement. Now because it's a Bubu, there's no zip at the back. It cannot be sewn fitted. So on my bust waist hip, I added +5 before dividing by 4. The +5 is ease. You can add up to 6 to that. Okay, the +5 is 6. Then this shoulder divided by 2 is 8, and my sleeve length is 8. Okay, these are the two measurements I will be needing for my folding of the fabric. Every other measurement is necessary, but these two circled measurements, I will sum them up to determine what to fold my fabric. Okay, now I folded my fabric. I folded about 22. Why? There is pocket on this Bubu, and I want to cut the pocket all together. I do not want later I'll start, cutting out pocket to attach to the fabric. No, I want to cut everything together. So I folded about 22. Then I want this part, the part of X and O, to be the down part, while this other part will be the upper part. So because of that, I started my tape from the O and X part. That is length 39 there. Okay, then I got to the accurate length. Now this is where, from here is where I will start my measuring. Okay, first thing first is to mark your shoulder. It is a cut together, I know, but mark your shoulder first. Then after the shoulder, you mark your sleeve length. If the length you want this sleeve to be is about 6, mark 6. Next thing is your folding allowance. So I marked my shoulder here. Here to here is my shoulder, here to here is my sleeve length. Okay, and this tiny place is my folding allowance. Okay, then the next thing is determine your armhole depth. 10 is very much okay. You can extend as much as 11, 12 depending on the body size of who you're making it with. 4. So I took 10 and I went for half length 17, and hip I went for 26. I got the basic 3 lines. Okay, so I'll go ahead and write at the bust or at the armhole exactly what I marked or I got on the shoulder. Here is what I'll mark. What I got here, where the tape is, which is the shoulder plus the sleeve length and fold, is what I'll mark here. Connect it straight. That is the first step. The second thing, come right at the half length here, which is the waist. Mark your waist measurement plus sewing allowance. Your waist measurement plus sewing allowance. Okay, it is relevant you add sewing allowance. Right out here, which is my hip line, mark your hip plus sewing allowance. All the excesses you're seeing after the hip is for the pocket. Then you curve. Watch how I'm curving it. Then you equally connect the hip to the waist. And the same thing you have right here at the hip is what you mark right at the gown length. It is not a fitted, it's a Bubu. So it has to be bogus, but not too Bubu anyway. So straight from the hip. Then right at the waist, you mark 2 inches. What are we trying to do? Our pockets. From the waist equally, you mark about 5 or 6, between 5 to 6, at most 7. You curve. What am I trying to curve? My pocket. That is what I'm trying to curve. You curve your pocket. Now, depend on how deep you want your pocket. Take your time and keep, deepening it if you want it more deepen. All right. And another thing, you can see the excesses I gave this fabric. I folded up to 22 is because of these pockets. That is why I folded up to 22. You can see because of the pockets, so I can cut everything once. I do not want to later I'll start joining. No. Then once that is done, we'll move over to the waist and the neck width. Neckline, we are working with the first. Let me cut. Okay, let me cut and use this first pattern to get our back pattern before we start talking about the neck. Okay, I'm cutting from the down. You can see how I'm going around the pocket. All right, we curve, then smoothing it this way and straight up to the sleeve length. Now I've gotten my first pattern, the front pattern. Okay, all I need to do is fold my fabric again and use the same pattern to get the second pattern. It has to be folded into two. Now see my folding, no space. I did not add sewing allowance, or they are accurately the same in folding, in height, everything. All right. If the OX part is your down, make sure it is the down. I placed it according to the pattern. You see how the pattern of the fabric is. So when cutting your dress, even if you're placing pattern to cut it, always consider your fabric pattern. Let it rhyme. So because of this, mine is rhyming. It is very important that yours rhyme. You can see it. The XO is the same place, in our length, every area. So make sure it rhymes. It is very important. Then the next thing we'll do, guys, is you can see the down part. All right. So I need to cut this part. It is not equal. So I need to cut it this way. Okay, good. This is it. Follow here and get what I want. All right, done. Now the next part is for us to cool down and cut our neck. All right, so I'll fold it, I'll place it this way. All right, then I will work on the neck. This is folded into 4 already. The first thing is your neck width. Remember, this dress does not have zip, so you cannot go below 3.5 inches. Okay, so you'll be able to pass it through your head. So I went for 4/2. The neck width I went for is 4. The neck depth I went for is 2. The 2 is for the back. We'll still dip in our V. Okay, we'll still work on the V. Now, having cut this, remember it's 2 of them. Then I love slanting. Okay, I love slanting my Bubu so that it will relax on the hand. I do not want the sleeve part to be a standing ovation. Okay, so the next thing is to determine your neck depth for your V. For me, 8. I'm going for 8. All right, I'm going for length 8. Yours can be 7 or even 6. It is matter of choice, but 8 is okay for me. So I'll cut. Okay, I'll cut. This is the V. I gave it a little curve. It's not a straight sharp V, but it's still okay. Now, the next thing we need to do is how to finish this dress. It has V at the front. The best finishing is facing and lining. So I'm going for facing. Okay. The person the owner of this dress requested, I do not want lining. She wants it free because of the heat and all the rest. So we are using facing to finish. Now, if you want a detailed video of how to cut facing, there's a video on my channel, how to cut facing, a detailed video. So please do watch it out, okay? So, but this is the facing that I'm cutting. Remember, all facing must be folded into 2 before you cut. All facing is folded into 2. This is the V part. I folded the fabric I'm using to cut it into 2. Then everything I equally slanted the shoulder. You can see my facing is not that big. So from here you measure down at least 4 inches. Okay, the length of your facing should be higher than the neck depth by 4 inches or thereabout. Now, I do not like straight cut facing. I love curving it. So I'll just go ahead and curve. It's not a must you do this. You can decide not to have a curved facing, but I love, having a curved facing. I do not want it straight, like block. No. So this is the front, the back rather, the high back. The same way I did the curving of the facing, I will fold into two, place it accurately, exactly. None should be more than. You curve, all right, then you equally slant the shoulder this way, all right, then the same curving I will equally do the curving. This is it. So I'll just curve it this way. This is how I love my facing to be. Yours can, you can decide yours will be straight, but it's very much okay. So next thing is open it up this way and sew. One, you keep it aside. You open this part two, which is the V part. You open it and place your facing and sew. All right, this is it. The V, you place it and sew. All right, you're sewing the V this way. All right, so let me head to the machine. I've sewn it. Now these are the things I've sewn so far. The facing is the first thing. The facing is the first thing you do. You must finish your facing before any other thing. So I finished the facing first. Okay, this is it. Let me turn it this way so you get to see it properly. Now this is the facing. You can see I top stitch, to give it a relaxing effect. You see this shoulder, I joined the shoulder, I equally joined this shoulder. Another thing I did is folding of the sleeve, the hemming, sorry. I hemmed it. That is the next thing I do. Now the final thing, or the second last thing to do, is shaping. Okay, you place it this way that I just placed. Make sure you place it properly. Fold it. Every place is where it should be. The pockets, the pocket should be together, not one pocket bigger than the other or one side. No. It needs to all be in the same line. Before sewing, you can see how I'm placing them. You start here and sew. This is how you sew, straight down. Okay, you sew this side the same way you sew this side. All right, from here down. Okay, you equally move to this side. Place it very well. Place it very well. You run your stitch the same way. You run your stitch the same way, this way. You start from the sleeve here, curve all through down. All right, do not make that mistake. Then once that is done, I have done that. Okay, if you sew excess, like the sewing allowance you sewed should not be too much. If it is excess, please make sure you trim it off so it will be able to relax easily. Okay, so this is it. I've not even ironed it. I will be ironing it once I'm done. Okay, I'm done sewing, weaving. We will iron it. But now the next thing that I will be showing you how to do is that of the fringe. Now this fringe, you can decide to sew it anyhow, but for this I will do folding first, fold the second one. This fringe will be in between. I will open up this way and put it and sew. Now when putting it, you must make sure when it drops on its own, it will be coming out this way. You see it? So you don't put it too much inside, just tiny. Okay, just tiny is very okay. So what I'll do is space it. The total of this length, I think about 20 something. All right, 20 something here. This is how it is. So I'll just place it to know how the spacing will be, because I need to give it, the spacing need to be even. So I'm going for 4 inches. This is how it comes. 4. Remember, the front is 6, the back is 6. This is not bad. 4 inches is very much okay. This is it. All right, 4 inches or 4.5 is very. So I'll go ahead and sew it. Now I've sewed it. Okay, look at what I sewed. Tiny. When it drops this way. Okay, if I want, I can just go around each of them and stitch it tiny again. Or when I place it this way, I can run a tiny stitch here that I'm holding here. Okay, just tiny stitches here if I want. Is optional. Okay, but when we put it on the dummy, you can see it is dropping on its own. It is dropping on its own. You can see it down here. It is dropping. Though I've not ironed this, I'll be ironing it once I'm done. All right, this is how it looks. Okay, so if you have any question, guys, do drop it on the comment section. If you have not subscribed, guys, do subscribe. All right, so this is how it looks. Remember, it has side pockets, and it is Bubu. Okay, it doesn't require button or see. This is just it. Okay, the dummy is more slimmer, so you will not be seeing it. If it is mine, I would have worn it, but you cannot wear a client's dress. Okay, so this is it. All right, this is how it looks. So if you have any question, let me know in the comment section, guys, and see you on my next video. Remember to subscribe. When next I post amazing trending style, you will be notified immediately.